What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Call the Truth from Let's Talk About It. This is a show where you get to come on and you get to leave your legacy and you get to tell your truth. Nobody can tell your truth and your story like you can. So once again, welcome to my show, Let's Talk About It. If you enjoyed the first interview, I would also like you guys to subscribe below and also hit the like button, leave your comments, tell me how you think and how you feel about the show.
Some coach from somewhere somehow got my home number and called.
So this is like Little League, right? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want your son to play football. My mom was like, nah, he's too small. Broke my heart.
Right.
Thanks, mama.
So the football thing is out, right?
Yeah.
So, but you could always play baseball, right?
I always loved baseball. Shoot, people used to always call me Reggie Jackson. I had no idea who it was growing up.
Right.
I had to research and figure out. I was like, oh, it's a baseball player. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's just dope, man. Now let me ask you this, because now you playing in the league since you've been 16, right? So now you pushing 40, right?
40 pushing me.
Right?
40 push me like, hey, get your 40-year-old what up.
Right.
It's tougher now because I can't just show up and do.
What is the story behind all these cats now here can play and just is like, all right, whatever.
It's the
I'm cool.
opportunity. Like a lot of people down here didn't get the so Gino had a famous dad, so he had the opportunity. But then there's other cats who just didn't have the opportunity. So you're good, but like, who's gonna put you on? And I'm not saying that race played a part in that, but sometimes
it is what it is, right?
Like I feel like I could play. Like my first year when I finally got a chance to play baseball, you know, the coach is like, "Hey, go to the position you want to play." I go to shortstop because I'm trying to be Gino.
Right.
I feel the ball cleanly. I pat it a couple times, throw that thing over to first cleanly. I'm ready to go again. Coach says, "Go to second."
Right.
It might have been because I ain't had no arm. It could have been because maybe his son was playing shortstop. I don't know. The thing is, though, like throughout the league,
Right.
half the league has no idea what my name is. So, like I was saying earlier, you know, my aunt, you know, she buys me stuff and she would take me to Sam's Club and, you know, give me a 5-pound bag of fries and everything. And I would leave, go home, walk over. All right, I'll see y'all later. And I'm walking out of the house with 5-pound bags of fries. Cats just start calling me French fry. And it stuck. So for years, no one knew my name. They just called me French fry.
Right.
So for years, I was basically just Fry.
Got you.
I went to Florida and what's her name? Peggy Lee, rest in peace. She was coordinating everything for the team going down for the Maryland Monarchs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the team for the 30 and over. I was 28, so I got a 2-year waiver. She's like, you know, I've got you everything signed up. But what is your name? I only know you as French fry.
That's still active in the league, is it?
The old school teams,
Charles County?
Charles County's gone.
Benedict?
Gone.
Damn.
Galesville, gone. There's a field there, unofficially. Owens is still around.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy's still around. Drury's still around.
Go to your plan. You finally make it, right? You playing in the league. Now you playing with the Tracy twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that experience.
My first time playing, I was 16, and I guess there wasn't enough guys or something. So out of the blue, George is like, "Hey, ain't enough guys. We may need you to play." So I'm kind of nervous, but at the same time, on the inside, I'm like, "Yeah."
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, all right. I'll be right back," because you know my glove is like right up there in the bond. So I'll be right back. Let me go get my glove. So I go get it, like, because I'm never gonna use it. But all right, yeah, I got the glove. I'm ready to do the thing. Where do you play? I play second. All right, go out in left field. So now I'm like, all right, hopefully nothing comes out here. And if it does, hopefully I don't drop it.
Right.
You know, I need it on the ground. I don't need it in the air.
Right.
At me. But didn't make any errors that game. Everything that came at me, I could hit it. I thought I was a really good hitter. Contact hitter. Thought I was a power hitter, but I wasn't. So I hit everything. I probably went like 0 for 3 with a walk that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no errors. And I was just happy to get through the game. I was excited and didn't embarrass myself, didn't embarrass the team. So I loved it. And then kind of took a break for a while. Ended up going to college. Came back, started playing. I'm a second baseman who's been playing left field for the last 20 years. Just basically just a kid who always wanted to play and just showed up, was ready, and just never left the field.
Who was the squad to beat back then? At this time when you're playing, who was the squad to beat? Who was
back then? It was like Benedict and Charles County.
Yeah.
Like nobody beat those guys. Like I don't know how or what was going on, but they just had like they either had like maybe they had professionals. I don't know.
Right,
I don't know because you couldn't beat them. So you was like, those got to be professional players.
And they had a run too, bro. I'm talking about from.
They had a marathon. It wasn't a run. It was a marathon because it was always like the same teams. It seemed like the same teams. This was always you had to beat that team to get into the game. And then if you did get into the final game, you were playing one of those teams.
So now you're playing with Tracy's. You're playing with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was that any pressure?
I didn't see it as pressure because growing up, you know, me and my cousins, you know, when we were young.
Yeah.
We wanted to play with Tracy, so we up on the hill, you know, with our bats and balls and gloves and stuff, playing against whatever random kid showed up for the other team. Like, hey, you guys want to play baseball? All right, okay, you guys versus us.
Yeah.
You know, y'all want to hit first? Y'all want to play the field? You know, you can hit first. We'll use our gloves and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we beating whoever and stuff. So it was pretty much we knew what we was doing. So as we got older, we knew we were gonna play.
Right.
So being out there and playing with family, it was just it's the same thing when you're 8 or 9 as when you're 22, 23.
Yeah.
You know, just we talking the same trash, we having the same jokes, we having the same fun. It's no real pressure. It's basically just me and my family playing some random kids from
a different
whatever
place, right?
team it is. So the same way, you know, when Tracy's is playing, you know, Owens, and we playing the kids versus them. Now we adults.
Right.
So basically it's just the kids from Tracy's playing some adults from Owens or whatever.
So being in the league for as long as you have, right, are you seeing is the competition still the same?
The competition is still the same.
Okay.
At this age, there are some young guys who are really getting it done.
Mm.
There are some guys that I remember from when I was a kid who are still in the league that are still getting it done, which is amazing because it's amazing to see those guys growing up and you watching them, you down at the fence, you watching them and you see them hitting and playing and stuff, and then as an adult, you out there with them.
Yeah.
So you either on their team or when the All-Star game comes up, you line up with them, or you get on first base and they playing first, and you know you give them like, man, I remember you from when I was such and such age and everything. You don't want to say that, man, but you just like, all right, what up, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But inside you're like, man, this was one of the guys that was playing when I was a kid, and I was out here with him.
Yeah, you out there with him, right?
We made it. Growing up, it seemed like the entire league was all African American.
Yeah.
Now there's there's some teams where there are some Caucasian dudes. I think there's like a couple of straight Hispanic teams in the league and stuff, and it's different. There's some fields that aren't even you wouldn't even play on the fields anymore, so you miss those iconic fields that you're playing on. So it's slightly different, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still baseball. Yeah. So you out there to win. Mm-hmm. You out there to have fun. For me, it's a family reunion. Mm-hmm. So most times you don't see me during the wintertime. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Right. You know, depending on what you're cooking. And then in the summertime, you're gonna see me every Sunday. So I'm out there, I'm at the game, and then afterwards, it's basically a family reunion. So my family that I'm playing with, we're going to come off the field, we're going to change our clothes, we're going to go, we're going to sit down, might have a sandwich, have a drink, just kick it, enjoy ourselves.
Okay. What's your take on that in terms of where you think the league is going?
I think the league is gonna continue to be, I guess, integrated, expanding. Back in the day, it was almost like a word of mouth, secret society. Like either you knew or you didn't know.
Right.
But now there's more teams coming in. I don't know if there's a website or anything like that. But it's, I think the league will keep going because there are other teams coming in. And as you stated before, there are guys that could be playing at whatever the next level is. If you're in high school, you could probably play in college. If you're college age, you could probably play in minor leagues. If you're, 25, 30, you probably could be playing, semi-pro somewhere else, but you're here. So other people and other teams are coming in because they know the competition in the league.
So now, as far as George, George, Wayne Gerald, John Mickle, and some of these other iconic individuals that really developed the league and made the league. Do you keep in contact with any of them, or?
What I do, I see every time that I go to Tracy's, I usually see George. So he's sitting out there.
So he's still
on the bench. So he still comes out. Like he ain't like super duper active, but he comes out there and he'll sit down. So currently I don't play with Tracy's, I'm with Drury. But, after batting practice, or as I'm going down there, if he's out there, I say hello and I speak to him and stuff. Or as soon as I'm done, I come off the field and I go up there and I sit with him and I talk to him. And we just have a quick conversation.
Is coaching even a thought, or?
I don't know if...
Or being active with the league?
I definitely want to be active with the league because it's a part of me, man. I grew up with it. So, shoot, me and the league is basically family, But I think my skill set, I don't know if it would be coaching, just growing up and just being a part of it and always being around the field. Like, there was always just this fun atmosphere, and you got DJ Buddy C playing some music after the game, and everybody's partying and dancing afterwards, and that's kind of my thing. Like I DJ, so if I could do that,
keep that.
The next level is,
keep that same charge.
Me playing some music and just, keeping that party vibe going, and everybody just have a good time. Like, that's probably more my.
It just seems like it's kind of hard to see who's coming up now. Cause do you see the same issue going on down here as well?
Back then, you kind of knew who was next because it was basically, my little brother or my little cousin or my son. Like, you knew who was next. Now, it's not really who's next. It's almost like, who's next? So, someone's coming, and that next person coming, you're like, man, who is that?
Right.
And oh, that's so-and-so. So I'm like, what? Yeah. Oh, snap. Okay.
He gonna be a problem.
All right, yeah. So, just knowing his dad or knowing his uncle, all right, okay, you know what? Yeah. So they pop up, and it's either just some random person who's like, all right, well, hopefully they can keep it going, or once you figure out who his people's is, like, okay, all right,
yeah. I got a question for you. Okay. Now, if you had to start a team playing with all the individuals, all the great players that you played with, you could only pick one. You can only pick one person that you had to start this team with.
Gino?
Yeah. We ain't gonna put Gino. Gino, he on the Mount Rushmore, not Gino. So that's somebody else that you done play with. On your team, family member, you got to pick one person to start this team, to build this team around. Who you rolling with?
One person. I gotta go with my cousin Corey Conte.
You going with Corey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just flat out athlete. So if I can't pick Gino, I gotta pick the second greatest athlete I've ever seen.
So what separates Corey from all the other legends that you play with? What is it about his game that you like, yo?
It just comes natural. Like he's good at everything. So pick the sport, whatever, he's good at it.
Gotcha.
He's confident. He's a team player. He understands things. So it's all there. The competitive fire, the trash talk, the skill, the camaraderie, to pick you up when you're down.
Yeah.
It's all there.
if you had that one game that you could get back and play, which game would it be, and who was it against?
Early on, it was a game against the DCAs that I was playing. We were down at least one run. Down one run, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. I don't know if the bases were loaded, but it was definitely a guy on third, and I was up.
Right.
So I was like, yup, this is why I'm here. This is the moment I was waiting for. This is why I'm out here. And we at home. We at Tracy's.
Right.
So I'm like, shoot, if I don't hit this son of a bitch over the fence, pardon the language.
No, you good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get a base hit or something. I got this.
Right.
Struck out. And, like, I didn't lose it, but I was so pissed off. I didn't throw the bat or anything. I kind of just was like, strike 3 and kind of just like, what? And just took off that way. And, like, I want to say the catcher from the other team was like, hey, man, you know what? And he said something to me.
Right.
All I heard was a womp, a womp, a womp, a womp, a womp. So I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, you're young and this and that. So I don't know what he said at the time, but I needed that back because I guess I was overconfident and just knew that, this pitch is just going to throw it right down the middle and I'm going to hit this sucker over the fence because I've been dreaming about this my entire life of having a game-winning situation and I already know how it's going to play out. And obviously, the pitcher was like, well, clearly he's been dreaming about this all his life because I've been dreaming about, striking somebody out to win a game all my life. And
change up? Did he get you with a change up?
Probably.
Gotcha. Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
He probably threw a curveball or something because I was definitely swinging for the fence.
This first interview, but it won't be his last because we got some more work to do, man. But again, I appreciate you coming up, hollering at us. Again, my man.
Happy to be
The Bridge, South County Zone, The Bridge. So that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, chat, man. It's all good.